April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and court-appointed special advocates of Northeast Tennessee want to share some very important information about how to recognize the signs of child abuse and preventing child abuse. And Melanie Feathers with CASA joins us now for a conversation about this very difficult topic. How you doing, Melanie?
Good. How are you?
It is a difficult topic.
It is.
But it's one that we need to discuss.
It is. That's right. And, you know, it's hard to talk about because we want to believe that this isn't happening with our neighbors, but it is. And the fact is, 1 out of 7 children in the United States will be a victim of abuse or neglect at the hands of their caregiver. And honestly, it's estimated that number is probably higher, but so much of it goes unreported.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's definitely something we've got to talk about so that we can start making a change as a society to where our children can be safe at home.
And I think prevention starts with recognition.
Absolutely.
And we're going to give you we're going to put it on the screen, some signs that you need to be looking for when it comes to child abuse.
Yeah, absolutely. When you see kids who are withdrawing from social events, or you see kids who are having a sudden change in behavior, whether that could be a sudden change in sleeping, sudden changes in eating, a child who's afraid to go home from school, these are all things that you want to be looking for that could be signs of abuse and neglect.
And this is something as court-appointed special advocates that you all are on the lookout for all the time.
Absolutely. These are things that our volunteers are always trained to look for, and that they are trained to try to step in and prevent these things from happening in the future. So when we see these types of behaviors, we look at how can we build resiliency in children so that we can kind of stop what tends to be a cycle of abuse.
Right, and this is something that all of us can do, not just folks like you all in your organization, but everyone can take steps to prevent child abuse.
Absolutely. In fact, what most people do not know, Chris, is that everyone in the state of Tennessee by law is a mandated reporter. And so if you have a reasonable suspicion of child abuse or neglect, you are mandated by law to make that report.
Right.
And that's something that most people do not know. But you can't make a report if you're not aware of what these signs are.
You got CASA, you have children's advocacy centers, you have several organizations, but it really is the community that can really step up here.
That's right. Some of the ways that we can help prevent child abuse is really to feed into families, to help build strong families, provide programs that help parents. The fact is, parenting is a hard job.
Yes.
It is not easy to be a parent. And so when we make things available like the visiting nurses programs that come through ETSU or through the health department, things like this where we can help parents make connections to things that are going to help them, can really start that prevention process.
And you mentioned reporting, and we're going to give a very important number here at the end of it, but it's important to get this number if you suspect and you think it's better to err on that side, and make sure that you report anything you think might be child abuse.
That's exactly right. It's better for you to err on the side of caution. DCS is trained. They have trained case managers to take these calls. It is completely anonymous, and they can do the investigation.
Right.
But you've got to make the call.
All right. Melanie, thank you so much for everything that CASA does. We really appreciate it. Folks, we've got that number right there on the screen. It will be up on our website later as well. We'll be back with more Daytime coming up.